Hi, good evening, everyone, and it is so very wonderful to see all of you once again on a yet another webinar on our SAM 4075 Kovai. Today, we are going to talk about designing our family future. And we have none other than our own co-founder, Jagan, who's going to take us through each of the design aspects of the family future. Jagan, I'm not going to break the curiosity, and I'm not going to talk anything more. The floor is all yours. Please carry on.
Thank you, Akash, and welcome, friends, to this wonderful session. And for the people who are joining us for the first time, a short introduction about ourselves, like what we do and what our focus areas are. We focus all our programs towards seniors. Second part will be the family in which the seniors are, and the third important part will be the caregiver in the family, people who take care of the seniors. So all our programs are designed towards uh, the seniors, the family members, and the caregiver in the family. So this is what all our programs are focused on. And we have taken up the series, and this will be a part of this will be the final part of our series of programs which worked on the family as such, right? So this is the concluding part. So designing our family future. So in our previous sessions, we had seen how our families are created, what roles we play, what responsibilities we hold, what the emotions are, and how our values are transferred. So now we are coming to the final part where we'll be designing the future of our family. So the first part will be like uh, here we have the conscious group imago creation. For people who are new to the subject, group imago is nothing but the image what you carry about your family in your mind. It might be conscious or it might be unconscious. You might be aware, you might not be aware about it. But this is what drives you in your family, right, as a person. So here you take up the role. Sometimes you take up the role of the mender, you mend the problem. Sometimes you take the role of a caretaker, where you take care of the members in the family. A lot of these roles are there, which we have already dealt in our previous sessions. So today's goal is to shift from inherited patterns to chosen culture. Shift from inherited patterns to chosen culture. So the patterns which we have inherited from our previous generation, from our fathers, forefathers, right? So we will move away from those patterns which were inherited. We will keep what is necessary and we will change what is not necessary. And we will form the culture of our family, which is our required culture. Remember, you are not just continuing a legacy, you are redesigning one. Normally, we talk about continuing the legacy of our family, right? But right now in the session, we'll be redesigning our family legacy, right? From this point onwards, you are powerful and we'll be going into these aspects where you can redesign your family legacy for the generations to come. Yeah, the session objectives will be like to co-create a shared future facing group imago, like what we want our family to be in the near future. Probably this might not be a one day activity or one day planning. It might require a series of implementation process where you will be able to create a future facing group imago. Okay. The second will be to define the new emotional and communication norms in our family, build a visible family constitution grounded in choice. So uh, the Indian government has got a constitution, right? Your organization has got its own policies, right? Similarly, we have loose-ended policies in our family which are not written. The constitution is not written in our family. It only is brought in by the way how we behave in our family and the decisions which we make. So we'll also look into this family constitution. The next important part will be how to move from unconscious loyalty to conscious legacy. The most important part is from your unconscious loyalty process to your conscious legacy. How do you move it? So this will be our core focus areas for today's session. And
Helen,
before,
Jagan, is it okay if I can interrupt you for a moment?
yes, definitely, Akash.
And then while we see the session objectives, I'm very curious to know.
Ah,
I'm going to the previous slide.
okay.
You said instead of continuing the legacy,
Ah,
we should redefine our legacy.
yes.
W- w-
Yeah,
What is the
Akash.
need to redefine our legacy?
Say you have a mobile which is called, okay, I think you have uh, a mobile, right? Let's take an example of Redmi 12, right? But we upgrade it after some time, right? So new features come in, some things are outdated, some softwares are not working. So
Yeah,
you're going for a
yeah.
newer version, right? That is the typical example, metamorphically, I can tell you. So we have got information, details, rituals, and cultures, emotions being transferred from our previous generations, which held good at that particular point of time. Does it hold good now? Right? With the advent of technology and right now with the artificial intelligence landscape widening up, a lot of these things are all changed up, right? For example, like as I told you earlier, like uh, uh, at any given point of time when we were in a joint family, like when I was going to school and college, 8 to 10 people used to sit at the table for breakfast. But right now, my family, we only have five, and all five people eat at different times. The culture is totally changed, right? So I need to bring back some norms. I need to let go of some norms, which is not working for me right now. So that is what I meant by changing what is required to be changed and retaining what is required and letting go of things which are not required. Yes, Akash.
Excellent. So is in simple words, we should redefine in the new age because we want to accommodate to the new age requirements.
Yes. Yes, Akash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what worked 100 years ago, or what worked maybe even if not for 100 years, what worked for one generation may not work for another generation.
Yes, true. Akash, for that example, if you take just 5 years back, pre-COVID, you know like how the business model was, how the family system was, how the supply system was. Right
Yeah.
now, after COVID, it's not even 5 years, things have changed. In
Yes, they
five
have.
years, so much of things have changed. The way how medicines are delivered, the way how doctors check up on their patient. Now everything is done remotely, online, right? So things have changed. Now, when we say like I will not go to a doctor online. I will only go to him in person. Then gone. Now we've got medicine on call, doctor on call. Everything is available online. So we need to move to that new scenario where things are there. This is where the seniors find it a bit tough to move to the new culture and behavior. And this is where we need to have the support of the family. Probably their son or daughter or their grandchildren can help them to get updated with the technology part and the other required area. So this
Excellent.
I'm telling, which is visible physically. But today's session, it is more on the subtle level. It is more on your feeling level and things which can only be felt and emoted and not be seen physically.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
that is
Absolutely.
that's the reason why I told like we we need to rework on certain things.
Excellent. Thanks for the context, Jagan. I appreciate
Akash, one help. I by mistake put in a line here
it.
above the
Okay.
session object. I want to remove it. Wait, remove it.
Excellent. I
Yeah.
will see how I can do it. You please continue. No
Yeah,
worries.
thank you, Akash. Okay, so we open up with a sacred ritual. Intentions are very, very important. The very intention with which you have participated participating in this program today is important. So let us set our intentions right. I would like you to use the chat box or unmute and talk. Today, I bring the intention to build a family that feels like what? That dash. You give me a one word answer. Feels like dash. Anything you give is the right answer because you know what your family deserves. You know what you can give to the family. You know what your expectations are. You know what your family members' expectations are. Today, I bring the intention to build a family that feels like. Okay, Karupasamy says peace of mind. Great.
So can you explain it in Tamil?
சார் தமிழில் சொல்கிறாச்சுன்னா என்னோட எண்ணம் என் ஃபேமிலியை பில்டு பண்ணணும். என் ஃபேமிலி பில்ட் பண்ணுறதுக்கு பில்டு பண்ணால் அது இப்படி இருக்கும், அது இப்படி ஃபீல் ஆகும், இப்படி உணர்வேன். எனி எமோஷன்ஸ் ஆர் எனி ஃபீலிங் ஆர் எனி மெட்டமார்ஃபிக்லி நீங்கள் சொல்லலாம். ஸ்பாஞ்ச் மாதிரி சாஃப்டாக இருக்கணும். இப்போ என் ஃபேமிலி வந்து ஒரு கல் மாதிரி ஸ்ட்ராங்காக இருக்குது, எதுவுமே எமோஷன்ஸே இல்லை, எதுவுமே பேச முடியல, எதுவுமே கம்யூனிகேட் பண்ண முடியல அப்படிங்கிறப்போ ஸ்பாஞ்ச் மாதிரி இருக்கணும், இல்லாட்டி தண்ணி மாதிரி இருக்கணும், ஃப்ளோ ஆகிற மாதிரி இருக்கணும். அந்த மாதிரி உங்களுக்கு எது கம்ஃபர்டபுளாக இருக்கோ அந்த மாதிரி நீங்கள் சொல்லலாம் சார். நம்ம ஃபேமிலியில் சொல்கிறோம்ல சார், மல்லிகைப்பூ இட்லி, இட்லி மல்லிகைப்பூ மாதிரி இருக்குங்கிறாங்கல்ல, அப்போது அந்த அளவுக்கு சாஃப்டாக இருக்கணும். ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு வேர்டை நீங்கள் யூஸ் பண்ணலாம். ஓகே, we have got okay, Sumati Karupasamy says peace of mind. Sumati says we are together. Great. Akash says today I bring the intention to build a family that feels like one family. Great. Suresh says happy family. Vasant says happy. Durgesh Shukla says a cohesive togetherness. Wonderful. And Jaya Balaji says happy. Wonderful, friends.
No, Vasant is also with Akash here. I have put feels like a family.
Pardon? Yeah,
Vasant, Vasant is with Akash here. I have also put feels like a family.
Yes, feels like a family.
Family, yeah.
Yeah.
The present situation is doesn't give the impression as if we are a family. So my intention is to make it feel like a family.
Yes. The very example I was giving Akash when he asked a question, like when I was in school and college, there were 12 members in our family, and at any given point of time for the breakfast, 8 to 10 people were there. But right now we are only 5 people in my family, and 5 of us eat at different times. Probably it could be a matter of few minutes also. Both daughters go to school, but they don't sit and eat together. Very rare they sit and eat together. Probably in a gap of 1 or 2 minutes, they have a different agenda. So this word, Vasant, which you and Akash said, feels like a family, is something very, very powerful and deep-edged statement. Family is made of feelings, not just because of the presence of the people. We'll be looking into those aspects also. What makes your family is something very important, not just the presence of people or not the presence of timely food. It is much more beyond than that. Rama Prabha says love. Thank you, Rama Prabha. So thank you for setting your intention. This is what you want your family to be. So let us proceed further. I have got 2 images here, one a before and a one after. These are two different images of the same house, before renovation and after renovation. So the before aspect pertains to the current scenario, what our family is right now, and the house on the right is something which is done, which is photographed after a lot of work has been done. So we have lived in a house built by old blueprints. It is still there. We can't change it overnight. We can't change it completely. The family is there. The blueprint is there. What is possible, we can change it. Now, we choose what to change, what to keep, and what to create. Please understand the 3 important words. எதையும் மாற்ற முடியும், that is the change. எதையும் அப்படியே வச்சுக்கலாம், that is what we are going to keep. எதையும் புதுசா உருவாக்கணும், that is what we are going to create. So these 3 aspects are very, very important. Change, keep, and create. So These three areas are something which you need to keep in mind as we progress in the session. So this emotional blueprint includes four important things: the emotional rules in your family, the communication style in your family, the role flexibility. What is the role you're taking and what is the flexibility in the roles you have, and the connection rituals. How often do you connect? So these four are the important emotional blueprints of your family. அப்போ இந்த 4 எமோஷனல் ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட்ங்கிறது ஒரு வீட்டில் இருக்கக்கூடிய ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட் என்ன சொல்லுவாங்க? தி பில்லர்ஸ் அண்ட் தி ஃபவுண்டேஷன், தி தி பிளம்பிங் லைன், தி எலக்ட்ரிக்கல் லைன், தி டோர்ஸ் அண்ட் விண்டோஸ். இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு ஃபேமிலியில் வேரியஸ் ஆஸ்பெக்ட்ஸ் இருக்கிற மாதிரி நம்ம ஃபேமிலியோட எமோஷனல் ப்ளூ பிரிண்ட்ல இருக்கக்கூடியது 4 திங்ஸ்: எமோஷனல் ரூல்ஸ், தி கம்யூனிகேஷன் ஸ்டைல், தி ரோல் ஃபிளெக்சிபிலிட்டி, அண்ட் த ஃபோர்த் இஸ் தி கனெக்ஷன் ரிச்சுவல்ஸ், ஹவ் யூ கனெக்ட் வித் family members, right? So let us go into each one of these aspects. Okay, wall of what we leave behind. Nama southla, what is it that we leave behind in the wall? All of you have seen walls in the earlier times. There used to be graffitis, there used to be advertisement messages, political campaigns being written on the wall. So what is the wall we leave behind? Okay, okay, here the examples are: in our family, before us, the wall was already existing and lot of messages was left on the wall. Some of the examples which I like to quote now is: only men decide. எங்க ஃபேமிலியில ஆண்கள் மட்டும்தான் முடிவெடுப்பாங்க. The second example is: no one speaks when angry. எங்க வீட்டில் கோவமா யாரும் பேச மாட்டாங்க. கோவமா இருந்தாங்கன்னா வாயை ஷட் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. Third, mothers must do all caregiving. அம்மாக்கள் தான் இந்த கேர்கிவிங் வேலையை பண்ணுவாங்க. அன்பு, பாசம், affection, care, all these things are given by the mothers only, not by the gents. So these are some examples of the messages which are left on the walls of our family, right? So on the image la pathina, depressed, anxiety, stress, alone, escape, abuse, bullying, crisis, truth, acceptance, force, இந்த மாதிரி நிறைய மெசேஜஸ் இருக்கும், right? So please use the chat box or you can unmute and talk. Write down your old emotional habit or beliefs which is existing in your family, which has been there for quite some time. Yeah. So think about what is written on the walls of your family in terms of emotional habits or beliefs. So you can use the chat or can unmute the mic. It is very important you share in your thoughts, because it is very, very vital you understand what your old emotional habits and beliefs are. Mr. Durgesh Shukla says youngsters don't express against elders. Excellent. That is very powerful in our Indian culture. The younger people don't talk back to the elders, nor do they look at the face and talk. A lot of these things are there. Jay Balaji says shouting helps in expressing thoughts. Yes, some families shouting helps in expressing their thoughts. Okay, the style of communication. Akash says all homeworks have to be done by women. Yes, Akash. And now this generation has got both people working and both people inside the kitchen, and both people taking care of the family needs and the shared responsibility. Okay, Maryada keeps you from expressing yourself frankly. Excellent, Mr. Durgesh. You touched upon the core value. The respect doesn't allow you to express frankly in the home system. Obey your elders. Recently understood that this followed blindly. Thanks, Sumati. Obey your elders. Yes, we need to obey, but right now we can always share with them the pitfalls of what their thoughts and beliefs are with the advent of technology, and a lot of things have changed. Mohanraj says respect each other. Yes, Mohanraj, that is something very, very powerful where you share and respect each other. It is there in your family. One for all for one was in the powerful statement, one for all and all for one. United we stand and your family stands together. Yes, Durgesh Shukla says, elders are know all. Yes, Mr. Durgesh, that is absolutely right. Even my family, even today, it is still happening. Suresh says, not sharing everything. Yes, we don't share everything in our family. Akash says, silence, don't talk, adjust. We can't express things in our family straight away. We need to go into that mode of adjust mode. We need to start adjusting to things happening around and uh, go by the family decisions. Put blame on somebody if the decision goes wrong. Rama Prabha, yes, we sometimes put the blame on somebody if the decision goes wrong, but we take the credit when the things go right. Mahashivkumar says men have to take financial commitments and women have to take household works and commitments, then career. Yes, some families still hold on. In some families, even today, they don't send the ladies to work. They say like, you take care of the family, I take care of the outside world. We bring in the financial required. Karupsami says, widow ladies not to be in front of functions. Yes, these are certain norms which we still have in the community. Durgesh, family has unconditional support of each other for outsiders. Yes. Vasant says, listen to others. Yes, friends, excellent. Even and Suresh says, expenses to be answered. Yes, whatever money you spend, you need to be answerable for all those expenses you are making. Friends, you had shared your walls messages. Thank you for trusting this group and sharing it to our members. Friends, had you noticed some of these things would have triggered some thought process in your brain. Note down all those things also, which is not said by you, but you think it is possible and is present in your family. Note down these things also, right? So this is what your wall is carrying. Now, the second image, what we got at the bottom is of a youngster who's tearing papers. The papers uh, torn into shreds. You look into those aspects. What is in your family? What message is there in your family on the wall? Think about what you want to keep. Think about what you want to rub away. Think about what you want to add. This will help you in designing the future steps. We were talking about the blueprint, the four pillars. I got a symbolic presentation of a temple in which the four pillars are there. We require four pillars for a chair, for a table. Yes, some people talk about three, but it's not stable. Four is the perfect stable minimum legs required for a perfect structure. The blueprint lab. Friends, if you don't have a pen and a paper, I would request you to take a pen and a paper along with you because you need to write down certain things. Probably the answers or what thought flow comes to your mind for your reflection later on. So in this family culture design lab, we have got four important parts: the emotional rules, the communication style, which we saw, the communication and this conflict, the role flexibility, role which you take, and the rituals and connection, how you connect, and the rituals, what you do. So in case you don't have these four things set right now in your family, probably this is the time for you to design something for your family, something purposeful, something useful, something which will set things right in your family. It need not be big things. It can be small things, uh, two words, one line, things like that can change things in your family very much, right? So I'll go one by one. What are the emotion rules in your family, right? What emotions are welcome? What emotions are not welcome? In simple terms, what emotions can be expressed in your family? What emotions are not allowed to be expressed in your family? When I say emotions, it can be emotions and feelings which are allowed and not allowed. You can please note it down. Don't have to use the chat box. So I would request you to do this exercise, this part alone, again with your family. Right now, you can write it from your perspective. But once again, probably on a Sunday or whenever you have a free time in your family, you can look into these things to be done jointly with your family. So the first one is the emotional roots. The second one is your communication. When we talk about communication, how we speak, when we speak, okay, what is allowed to be spoken, what is not allowed to be spoken. That covers the broader perspective. Here we are talking about how do we resolve a conflict in our family. ஒரு பிரச்சனையை நம்ம ஃபேமிலியில எப்படி சால்வ் பண்ணுவோம்? How do we take a decision in a family? Say, suppose you want to do an investment, you want to buy something for the house, or you want to invest in something. What is it that you will do? What is the process? Right? Sometimes your better half will say yes, your kids will say no. Sometimes your kids and the better half will say yes, but your parents will say no. So, how do you resolve a conflict? The conflict need not be a very big issue, it can be something small, something very simple also, just like going to a movie, right? In a family of 5 or 6, definitely the grandparents will be there, the couple will be there, and the kids will be there. So when you're planning to go for a movie, how do you take a decision, right? The kids would like to go for their favorite hero or heroine. The grandparents would like to go for a family drama movie, right? As parents, you're caught in between your parents and your children. Like, how do you resolve the conflict? So whenever conflict arises, what is the communication pattern, or how do you resolve it out in your family? That is the second part. The third part is the roles. Roles are nothing but what responsibility is there for you in your family. For example, I will take care of the children's education. For the children, their dress and their food is taken care by my better half. For the house, the vegetables, all those things are bought by my better half. The house tax, the property tax, and the EB bills are paid by me, right? You understand what role do we play now? So each one in our family, we have got our roles, and these roles based on our responsibilities are given a name. The caretaker, the go-to person, the problem solver, right? Like this, lot of roles are there, right? Here we are focusing on how do we share and rotate power. So when it comes to purchasing vegetables and the kitchen items, the power goes to my better half. Even when I need to buy something, when I go to some supermarket, I go there, I call back or I send a photo and get a reconfirmation. Okay, now you understand that the power is with my better half as to the decision making process or the decision making capacity based on the home needs are given to her, right? I'm just giving you some random examples. So each family differs. So how do we in our family share and rotate power? Is the power pertain to certain things only with one person, or is it keeping on rotating 1 month with this person, 1 month with the other person, right? Do we share our power, right? Normally in a corporate scenario, when the director is not there, the next in charge person takes care of that. So do we share our powers with somebody else? That is the roles. The fourth one is the most important part, the rituals and the connection. How do we get connected and what the rituals are? When we talk about the rituals, what keeps us emotionally connected, right? Say, for example, even in our Indian traditional system, at times of Diwali or during some religious functions, people go back to their ancestral place. People go back to their native village. People go back to their joint families, right? During certain festivals or certain scenarios, they go back, right? Marriage is one such occasion. something related to marriage, the the pre-events before the marriage and the post-events of the marriage. Again, all these things are situations where all our relatives comes in. Mama, Atta, Sitapa, Siti, Peripa, Perima, Tata, Nartana, Kolundia, lot, our in-laws, or all our relatives get together. It is a festival time, right? It can be anything, or it can be a simple annual uh, festival of your local temple. Yes, Durgesh, you can unmute. Yes.
Yeah, good evening, sir, and it's very enriching session. Thanks a lot. I just wanted to share these emotionally connected things, like as you rightly said, sometimes we have Kul Devi Puja, sometimes
Ah,
we have marriage, even Mrityu Bhoj, etc. All the things have been designed to, keep everyone together. That I agree. Like in
yes,
marriage, okay, this is ritual for Fufaji, Buaji, Mamaji.
yes.
Please call. Where is the Bua and all that? No, this happens. My doubt is for the new generation.
Hmm.
Sometimes it becomes a burden. Like if
Yeah.
my son is working in suppose US,
Hmm. Hmm.
and there is a marriage in my sister's home,
Hmm.
who is not very rich.
Hmm.
Now she cannot avoid calling my son because I will feel bad, or he will feel bad
Hmm.
that the Buaji has not called him, isn't it? So on one side, she willingly or unwillingly has to invite him. One.
Yes.
On the
Yes.
other hand, she is afraid that if he comes, since he's in US and he's quite rich and all, she may have to, arrange a room for him, a separate room, which will be expensive, and even then it may not be as per his standard. And my son also feels, oh, coming all the way will cost so much, and leave and all. But if he doesn't go, then Bua may feel bad. So how to resolve such problems where both side the issues are there and both
Hmm.
knows that the child also has problem in coming, who also has problem in calling me, but none can deny. Both have to officially say, "Beta zarur aana, you need to come. Why will you
Hmm.
not come?" All that. So these are the
Hmm. Hmm.
practical problems which I think we can solve here in this forum.
Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mr. Durgesh. You have brought in a beautiful scenario. See, this is where these sessions help when you work as a family. See, one thing, okay, I'll give you a short answer, then we'll probably take it up in depth. One is the communication, right? Second will be open discussion in the communication part, telling them this is my difficulty, I'll not be able to come, I'll be able to come only at a later stage. And again, with our seniors, an understanding of what our juniors are facing these days, moving away from our homeland and being in a foreign country and coming back and going for things, they might not feel comfortable, probably due to their permissions with the work situation, the pressure there, or probably it could be a financial burden also. You could have got a recent property and you couldn't afford to be here, which is not a position to share. So, open communication is very important in this aspect, and accepting what norms can be accepted and what is not accepted. I would like to share an example which all of us, most of us would have seen in the WhatsApp. Somebody sends an invitation for his son's marriage to one of his relatives. Says, since I'm not able to come in person, invite you, please accept this as my invitation in person, and please do be there present for the wedding and grace the occasion. This guy in turn sends a photo of a 2000 rupee note. I understand your difficulty in coming in person and inviting me. I am also in such a similar situation. Please accept my token of rupees 2000 towards, we call in Tamil as the moi, like we keep it when we go for the function. Please accept this as my love, and please bless the young couples. Like there was a matching thing, but this is not the answer actually. There should be something else. And this answer is more subjective with the individual. People are able to let go of certain things, are able to adapt. People who stick on with certain things are finding a different way of getting an answer. So it is totally a subjective thing. That's why that's the reason why I told you this needs to be worked out in the presence of a family member so that they know what it is. If I think my second session in this series, we talked about the Rajputs. Rajput.com, there's a website which talks about the Rajputs lineage. It goes at least 2000 years back, and they have documented everybody, what they are doing, where they are, everything's documented in that website. It is accessible to people. Mr. Durgesh, we will definitely get an answer to this. Probably we'll take this as a case study at the end. We'll also get more ideas from our other participants also. So friends, emotional rules, communication roles, and rituals. These four you would have written down, right? So let us see some examples of these things. Okay, these are only samples. Emotions. In our family, anger is okay when expressed with respect. எங்க ஃபேமிலியில கோவப்படலாம் ஆனா மரியாதையோட பேசணும், right? So this is one statement related to emotions. You can write similar emotions, statements for emotions. Okay. Conflict. We will have a password when tension arises. Whenever we are getting into a heated argument, somebody raises their hand, says stop after 5 minutes. Some one word clue you can have where you feel you are getting into anger or the other person is getting into anger. You just raise your hand, you say one particular word, then the other person stops. We cool down. We probably after another 15 minutes or half an hour, we come back, we talk about the same subject again. Okay. Sunday emotion check-ins. Sunday emotion check-ins are very important. That is one time when all the family members can come together, can share their ideas, their experience of that 1 week. They can uh, they can unburden themselves by sharing what happened in that 1 week, the emotion conflicts. Probably they can also talk about what happened in their workplace or what happened in the family. Even though this is a family scenario, you can also talk about some happy moments. We always recommend parents and grandparents to just spend 10 minutes with the kids when they come home, asking them what happened great in your school today, what are you feeling happy about in your, which happened in your school today. That, like that builds in a bonding. So conflict, some statements like this you can think about. Roles. Decision making rotates across age and gender. Okay. So I'll share an example in my family. Like uh, uh, the dinners are all decided by my mother and my second daughter. Sunday specials are decided by myself and my elder daughter. So even though it's related to food, we decide on what is to be done when. It is shared. We are very clear on the roles which you are taking. I'm just giving a simple example. So probably the same kind of an example can pertain to the studies, to the financial investments, financial expenses, going out, things like that. Okay. Normally in TV, we always have this saying, no, in the Varam, Rajini Varam. This week is action week. In all TV channels, they follow this. This week is thriller week, right? Even in HBO and AXN, you find all these kind of weekly emotional or weekly streamlined movies are there, the same pattern, right? So you can always think about shifting the decision-making roles, rotating it across age and gender, right? Um, this roles probably we can also think about if there's an elder in your family, you can always go to them with 3 options, right? Uh, I want to do this. I thought about these 3 plans. What do you think is the best plan of these things? You don't have to go and ask them for the plan. You can think about 3 plans, you can explain the 3 plans, or at least 2 plans, and ask them for a suggestion on both these things, right? So you give them the options, but they have the feeling of taking a decision, right? It always works out. The fourth one is the rituals. Sunday family call. Mr. Durgesh, you brought out a beautiful example. Nowadays, the families split across various cities and countries. Probably Sunday family call. Sunday is the same everywhere. Probably you need to adjust the timings between the countries and have a uh, call where you speak for at least half an hour to 45 minutes or 1 hour, whatever time takes. And with the advent of technology tools like Zoom, WhatsApp calls, all these things are possible, right? And in case you're physically present in your family, join together the physical presence and share. Okay, that can be a simple ritual, and monthly ritual can be a monthly memory night. So that monthly memory night can come on monthly Monday memory night. MMM. It can be on the first Monday or the second Monday or the third Monday. You can share memories, go back to your older days and share the memories of what happened the previous 1 month. All these things are possible. Friends, these are the 4 pillars. The 4 pillars are a must. If you look at the image, you can see the heart, which takes up the emotion. So you think about what emotion needs to be expressed in your family and what emotions needs to be cut off. What style of communication, what is it that will help you to resolve conflicts? See, I'm not telling you to avoid conflict. I'm only telling you to resolve conflicts. What will help in resolving conflicts? A discussion, right? Roles, the circle, right? Putting it into a circle. And finally, the rituals. Okay. So what rituals will bring in that bonding? What rituals will bring in that kind of a relationship in your family? You need to decide on what you want to do. The emotions, the conflicts, the roles, and the rituals. It is your family, you're designing your family. This is how the 4 pillars will be designed based on what you want your family to be. Friends, today you're designing it alone. My sincere suggestion and request to you will be do the same exercise with your family members. You will see the kind of thoughts, the kind of things they want to give for the family. There, our understandings will become different of the same person. He's not taking care of the family, he's not coming and he's always coming late, or he goes out early, he doesn't spend time with the family members. But the moment you start doing this exercise with your family, you can see a lot of changes happening in your family. We move ahead. The most important part, the family constitution. What you have written now is the family constitution, the rules and regulations of a family. Please understand, this is not a set of rules, it is a design of belonging. I'll like to recode it again. This is not a set of rules, it is a design of belonging. You belong to your family. The family is yours. You make the family. The family exists because of the very presence of you. Right? This is not a set of rules. Please make sure this is not implemented as a rule, but as a sense of belonging. This is not a set of rules, it is a design of belonging. The second statement is this is not emotional hygiene, this is legacy redesign. This has got a little bit to do with your emotion, and this is not 100% emotion, but this is legacy redesigning. You're redesigning your legacy, the history of your family, the way how your family is. A brave family, a confident family, amicable family, a soft family, a helping family, a family known for trust, right? So you're reshaping your legacy, right? You're redesigning your legacy, how you need to take your family forward. So I would request you to ponder for a few minutes on these statements, then share your thoughts or comments in the chat box or unmute the mic. The reflection prods, okay? This is where we make meaning, right? We are making a meaning. What surprised you about your design, the final design which you brought out on your family? What surprised you about the design? The second question to reflect on is what role do you want to try now? See, till now, we might be avoiding some role in the family. What is the role which you would like to take up? What beliefs are you free from? Okay, we would have got a lot of beliefs about our family. Right now, certain of these beliefs could have changed, or you might be thinking about bringing in a new belief into your family. So you can probably answer through all these three questions, whatever you feel appropriate to you, or you can answer to one or two questions also. Everything is okay. So what surprised you about your design? நீங்க டிசைன் பண்ணீங்க உங்க ஃபேமிலி இப்படிதான் இருக்கணும்ட்டு என்ன சர்ப்ரைஸ் கிடைச்சது? என்ன சர்ப்ரைஸா தெரிஞ்சது உங்க கண்ணுக்கு? வாட் ரோல் டு யூ வாண்ட் டு ட்ரை நவ்? இப்போ நீங்க புது ரோலா நீங்க ஃபேமிலி என்ன எடுக்க போறீங்க? அந்த ரோல் புது ரோல் நீங்க பண்ண போறீங்க. அதை பத்தி கூட பேசலாம். வாட் பிலீஃப் ஆர் யூ ஃப்ரீ ஃப்ரம் நவ்? சில மெசேஜஸ் நம்ம மைண்ட்ல இருக்கும். நம்ம இப்படிதான் இப்படிதான் இருக்கணும், இப்படிதான் நடக்கும், இல்லை இப்படிதான் பண்ணணும். அந்த மாதிரி பிலீஃப் சிஸ்டம்ஸ் இருக்கும். அந்த பிலீஃப் நம்பிக்கை, அந்த நம்பிக்கை எதெல்லாம் மாறி இருக்கு for the betterment? You can always share. This is your time, friends.
May I, Jagan?
Yes, please.
See, honestly, I never thought about these things. This is the most important surprise. That yeah, this is how we behave, how we run the family, or how we are run. So I'm really thankful that you brought up these points. And now thinking retrospectively, I have my teenage son. I have my both set of parents, like my wife's parents as well as my parents with me. So I am able to, I'm a sandwich like I am able to think from both sides as a son, a son-in-law, and as a father. I sincerely feel, these kind of discussions, as you brought up, are a must. Just like the example I gave about the marriages and all. Younger lot works on logic these days. Earlier we used to say Shraddha Vishwas Rupinam Bhavani Sankarao. Isn't it? Like you need to trust whatever elders say or whatever written in Gita or whatever Quran, it has to be followed. Now the younger generation wants logic. It is like definitely more intelligent. It's AI times. So you can't just make them run on basis of what you want them to just because you are saying. I'm saying you do it. No, no. You need to obey your parents because your parents will always feel, I have said it, that's enough. Why do you question me? Why do you need logic? But once we expect the same from our son, the same thing, it cannot happen. So we need to realize our role that yes, we have to go with the culture and the values that are existing in particular generation. This is one I feel. Number two, what role do you want to try now? Since now I am more aware of these issues, more aware, and like with the further discussions that my colleagues or your insights may give me, I can be a better person playing like better roles, as you actually suggested, some Sunday nights and rotation of roles. That is a wonderful example that Sunday suppers and dinners you are deciding, in other days, your wife or the other daughter deciding. That's good. And what belief are you free from? Honestly, it takes time. I cannot claim that I am free from some beliefs right now, but certainly it's the beginning, and the first step towards any noble goal is the most important. So I'm really thankful to you for giving good insights. Thanks again. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Durgesh. And we have got Mr. Karupsamy who's passed in a message. For the first question, it is inclusive family. What surprised you about your design? It's an inclusive family. Thank you. The second question, an observer with compassion. Okay, you want to take the role of an observer with compassion. That is a very powerful statement. Being an observer is one, but being an observer with compassion, that gives a in-depth meaning into the statement. Thanks, Karupsamy. The next one is family will take the legacy in future. Great. Okay. Family will take care of the legacy of the future of it. Okay. So your family members are ready to take up the legacy of your family. Thank you. Thank you, Karupsamy, and thank you, Durgesh ji, for sharing. Um,
One thing, just a minute. Is it really mean the comment that you just read? It was the answer to the point number 3. So that means he is free from the belief that the legacy will be carried forward further by the family. Does it mean so?
No. See, Mr. Tapsami has been attending our sessions right from day one. So he had some challenges, right? Now he's free, and his family members will be able to take it forward. So he was worried about taking his. He's from his native place. He's got a mascot also for his family, so which he wanted to be projected in the near future also. That is what the situation is.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, just 2 more slides to go as a closing ritual. I want you to use the chat box and give answers to these 2 questions. I will bring dash to our family. I will stop holding dash silently. So what is it you want to bring, and what is it you want to stop holding? Please use the chat box. Please use the chat box. Friends, this is a commitment which you're giving it for your family, right? I will bring dash to our family. I will stop holding dash silently. So you can use the chat box. What is it you want to bring to your family? நீங்க உங்க ஃபேமிலிக்கு என்ன கொண்டு வர விருப்பப்படுறீங்க? ஃபேமிலிக்கு பீஸ், ஹார்மனி, டிஸ்கஷன்ஸ், whatever it is. I want to bring discussion to our family. என்ன நீங்க கொண்டு வர விருப்பப்படுறீங்க? Anything you can write. That is the right answer. I will stop holding dash silently. எதைய நீங்க இழுத்து பிடிக்கிறீங்க, எதைய சொல்லாம இருக்கீங்க, அது ஸ்டாப் பண்றேன், ஓப்பனா பேச ஆரம்பிக்கிறேன். What is its subject? Okay, Suresh says togetherness and opinions. Great, wonderful and powerful. Togetherness and opinions. I will stop holding opinions. You can always give your opinions, right? I will bring love and prosperity to our family. Excellent, Akash. Friends, what you need to do is, after you share it in the chat box, you need to write it in a small piece of paper, and you put that paper in your table or in a place where you can see it visibly. This goes back to the ancient system of which we find in India, even persistent and consistent now also, where people write their hopes and decisions and promises. They tie to a tree or they keep it in front of a deer. All these things are powerful things which can manifest your thoughts into actions. So Suresh Durgesh ji says, I'll bring more openness, serenity, belongingness, joyfulness, and togetherness to the family. Yes, since I know where you are, you got both parents, your in-laws also along with you, and your kids also. Like, yeah. So this holds good. I'll stop holding grudges silently. That is very powerful. You know, the moment you let go of the grudges you have with people, you are at peace. You are at peace. This I have experienced even in my college days. And I have many of my friends and family people who have shared this with me. Letting go of grudges is something which puts you on a high level, which keeps you at top of Mount Everest. The kind of feeling it gives you the moment you let go of certain things, it is something only which you can feel. Okay, probably we'll design a session with grudges, how to let go of grudges. Karusami says inclusiveness for members, and again, Karusami is also wanting to stop holding grudges. Yes. Thank you, friends. Thank you again for sharing these wonderful transforming phrases and decisions. I'm sure definitely you'll be able to bring in these changes into your family, and definitely you will stop holding these things. You know, like these kind of things which we start holding, it's just like holding a small brick. You take your hand and put the brick in front of you, hold it. You will be probably able to hold it for 5 minutes. After 10 minutes, the same brick becomes much heavier. After 1 hour, your hand goes numb. After 2 hours, you faint and you fall down. Right? So letting go of that break in that first 1 minute or 10 seconds gives a big boost to you, your energy. So letting go of certain things will definitely bring in a personal transformation to you and also to your family. Like sometimes I have heard generations people talking, in the year 1910, your great grandfather was cheated by this person. Then it has been passed on as a story for every generation. Even now, the say kid which is studying in fourth standard gets the same message. Okay. So the kind of impact which it creates. Okay. Something which is very important, which you need to note it down, which you need to do after this session. One thing, as I told you earlier, do the same exercise with your family. Today we have 15 of us here, including myself. So 15 families are getting better with the new blueprint, what you have written. All I would suggest you to do is go back to your family members with the blueprint, go through it once again with them, bring in some changes, make it more collaborative with your requests. Definitely there'll be conflict. Definitely there'll be a difference of opinions. Discuss, sort it out. Once you sort it out, your kids will know what you have in mind, and you will also know what your kids have in mind. You also know what your parents also have in mind, right? Come to amicable situation. Things which you can't take a decision, you put it separately on another sheet. Have it for next month. Probably time is the healer, as we always say. Probably after 1 month, probably you will let go of it, or probably your kids or probably your parents will let go of these difficult conflicting situations. So to keep this process alive, our suggestions will be monthly family check-ins using blueprint. I'm not asking it on a weekly. Weekly is ideal, but minimum requirement is monthly once. You have a family check-ins using the blueprint what you have created today. Emotional feedback cycle every 3 months. If at all not in 1 month, have it every 3 months. Okay. Um, and the third and the most important part, assign a culture anchor. Somebody who will anchor in your family, somebody who will take up the responsibility of the culture anchor. If your parents or grandparents are with you, then they are the right people because they are used to that. Always this policing kind of a work is done by these kind of people, the culture anchor, who ensures that we are always within the culture what we have set in. When we say culture, the way how we behave. Okay, you go out, you come back before 7 o'clock, right? Have your dinner before 8 o'clock. Do physical exercises every day, right? A lot of these things form the culture of the family. Never borrow, never borrow, never lend. Again, all these messages form the culture of a family. So assign a culture anchor. Okay, monthly family check-ins using your blueprint, emotional feedback circle every 1 month, if not at least once in 3 months. Assign a culture anchor who will be there. Probably this culture anchor also can be rotated once in a particular period, whatever you set in. So even you can trust your school going kid also. They also teach us a lot of things, right? So, and the last closing quote will be, please remember, you're not just a role. Whatever role you are there in your family, you're not just that role. You are the entire play. Any movie you take, if one role is not there, that whole movie will be a flop, right? There's something like that. You are the entire play. And this quote goes to every member of your family, be it your parents or grandparents or your son or daughter or your grandchildren, right? They are not just a role, they are the entire play, right? So, Yarnala, the movie Hitachi, why is this movie become a hit? Different people have different opinion. You ask 10 people, they will give at least 5 different answers. Because of the hero, because of the story, because of the script, because of the song, because of the foreign locality screenshot, because of this cameraman, because of director, right? You ask this question to 10 people, you'll have a minimum of 5 different answers. So is your family. Each one's role is important because they are the hero and heroine of that movie. called family. Fine. And friends uh, are joining link for people who are new. I'll just drop in this link of our website, sorry, of our WhatsApp group.
Yeah, I'm
This
doing it,
is,
Jagan. I'm doing it.
yes, Akash,
No
thank you.
worries.
Thank you, Akash. So Akash is the co-founder of SAM 4075, and this is our 26th program, and we have been working on this for the past 25 weeks, and this is our 26th week. And friends, like people who are new can join the link which is dropped in the chat box by Akash. And in fact, based on many people's request and support from the society, we have brought in a new program, which is a 18-week program. Akash, right? You want to talk
Yes,
about that?
absolutely.
Yes.
Can you show that slide? Is it there here? No?
No, I don't have it.
No worries. So, guys, we all know that only webinars may not help some people, right? Webinars alone may not be sufficient for some people. Some people may require a little more hand holding, a little more coaching, and a little more support. So that is what we have created a product called Retire Well. Retire Well is a product that runs for 9 months. It starts with a in-person workshop, and then there are 18 sessions, 18 virtual sessions, which happen every 15 days once. And then we end with a graduation day ceremony. The batch is starting on the 5th of August 2025. That's about 13 days from now. So if you know people who are about to retire or who have already retired in the last 3, 4, 5 years, they are the best ones to take up our Retirable coaching program. For more details, please ping either me or Jagan, or you can also, put your name in the chat box, and we can definitely send you a lot more details. Jagan, thank you very much for the enlightening session.
Thanks, Akash.
Yes, and I think a lot of takeaways in terms of how to make it happen for the family, so on and so forth. And our good work obviously is going to continue. Today we are celebrating our 26th webinar. The next week it will be our 27th. For all of those who want to be a part of our webinar gang, please show up again the next week by 9 p.m. With that, Jagan, you have some closing thoughts, or shall we just
We'll
get
close. A few
ready?
people have given in the comments a great session by Vasan. Thank you. Suresh ji says thank you for an excellent eye-opening session. Sumajit says thanks for the session. Thank you. And Karupsami says thank you for the session. Sir, Karupsami, based on your request, I'm working on a series of topics for intergenerational communication. So next week will be Mr. Akash's session on
Mine
day-to-day.
will never be on intergenerational communication. I cannot even do generational communication. Forget intergenerational communication.
Yeah, Akash. Yeah, it's a lovely subject, like with the change of technology and a lot of things happening around us. See, whatever I shared today, it's happened in my family. It's happening.
Yeah,
What the other gentleman was talking about, his son is abroad, that lady wants to call. It is happening in my family. See, you're here, your brother is one of your brothers in
yeah,
Australia, one is in Goa. Like, what happens to your ladies when they call? Like
absolutely. Yeah.
changing things, we need to change. So that is very important. That as people say, change is the only constant. We need to work on that. So the next set of sessions, what I'm planning will be more of personal work, which will go into your personality types, and it will be connected with the family situations.
Excellent.
Fine, Akash. I am done.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, thank you so much for, spending 67 minutes of your time. We are very, very glad that at the end of every webinar, there is so much that we all have to take back. That helps us in building better families, in building better relationships with our family members in some way or the other. Thank you very much, and all of you have an awesome, awesome week. Bye bye.